What's up, everybody? My name is Ramiro, and welcome to the very first episode of A Drink and a Thought with Don Ramiro. So basically, in this show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review a drink, and then we're also going to get into a topic. I'm going to change that up a little bit from time to time, but for the most part, we're going to stick to, men's self-development here. I think that's kind of what's in style now. So what I'm drinking here is the Dalmore. So this is actually the Sherry Cask Select 12. So for this scotch, it's going to be single malt. It's going to be bottled at 86 proof here. It's going to be aged in 2 barrels. So it's going to be matured in ex-bourbon casks and then finished in sherry casks. So if you like a good Highlands single malt scotch, this is definitely going to be something that you can, drink by itself. Pair with maybe you could do like a ribeye dinner with it, but I definitely love to enjoy it with a good medium-bodied cigar. You can really taste that sherry on the back end there. So you definitely get a lot of that drier red fruit, good amount of vanilla and oak, a little bit of honey on that back end. So if you don't like a peated scotch, you prefer something a little bit more fruitier, fruit forward, lighter finish, definitely would recommend that. So here's the bottle here. So Dalmore 12 Sherry Cask Select. Depending on where you're from, prices may vary, what country, what part of the world. But yeah, definitely this is a good pick here, for your nightly drinker like we're doing tonight. And basically for our topic today, I kind of wanted to just do a little response video to a couple of content creators who said recently that a man should actually go after an average looking woman and ignore beautiful women. So basically their thought process here is if a woman is beautiful, she's going to be too high maintenance. She's going to have an attitude. She's going to be a pain to deal with. And the average looking girl is going to be the complete opposite. She's going to be an angel. She's never going to give you any problems or issues. And I think we can all agree that both of those statements are completely false. As a man, I believe that you should definitely go after the woman you find the most attractive, whether that be at a bar, a park, nightclub, grocery store. Do not ever be afraid to go after what you really want. I think the biggest problem that's happening right now is a lot of guys, a lot of men, they settle. They see the average looking girl, and they're like, man, I'm just not even going to talk to this beautiful girl over here because I don't think I even have a chance. And what ends up happening is you're really not getting the opportunities you could be just because you're not getting the courage, the guts, the cajones, so to speak, to actually go up to the girl that you really want. And instead you just settle for your mid-tier girl just because you think you can't do any better. And I just think that's a terrible mindset to have. You should always, strive for the best you can get. Now, I will say there is a caveat to that. As a man, you do need to be the type of man that, deserves the highest quality woman you could find. You want to make sure that you're, doing well financially, that you're keeping yourself in shape, keeping your fashion up, have good social calibration. You want to be the best version of yourself to be able to attract, higher quality women. But, this BS mindset that these guys said about, we feel like we can't even get women like that, so we're not even going to try. I just think that's a very poisonous mindset to have in general. And I will call out one name here. I believe Stephen A. Smith from ESPN said kind of something similar. He was like, don't go after the 9s and 10s. Find yourself a good 6, a good 7. and have a good life. You know, these guys are under the assumption that just because a woman is not a so-called, 9 or 10, that she can't destroy your life. That's completely false. I know plenty of guys that have had their lives ruined by what other people would call average looking women. And at the same time, a lot of people assume that, yeah, just because the girl's beautiful, she's got 500,000 followers on IG, that, she's a pain to deal with. And a lot of times those are the sweetest girls you'll ever meet. Everybody's different. What I will say is you never know unless you give it a shot, okay? So definitely don't be afraid to approach beautiful women, try to talk to them, because a lot of times guys don't approach them. They're afraid. They don't think they have a shot, and they end up just kind of trying to, go for somebody that they feel is on their level. And this is a terrible mindset to have if you're a man. You definitely want to be leveling up as much as possible, and go after what you want. Go after what you want. Please don't settle just because you think that you're average, or you don't deserve better, or you can't do better. So, I think we really need to work on getting that message out. And to put it in plain English, just because somebody's beautiful doesn't mean they're a piece of shit person on the inside. And just because somebody is not that good looking doesn't mean that they're a beautiful person on the inside. That is just complete nonsense. And channels and content creators that, try to get men to not even make an attempt at, trying to get, a woman they're genuinely attracted to. Yeah, it's just straight up poison to the internet. And it's, kind of contributing to what I would call this dating crisis that we're kind of having right now in society in general. Everybody's online now. There's very few men, and I'm going to call out the men a little bit more here. They're very afraid to do cold approach. They're very afraid to approach a woman. They're more comfortable, swiping on their phones. If they see a pretty girl walk in the lounge, they're afraid to say something because they really don't know what to say. But I will say this: saying something is a lot better than saying nothing at all. Like I said, you will surprise yourself. You will surprise yourself. But you do have to make that effort. Is it going to be scary? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's not going to go away. You just have to kind of find a way to push through it, because you're not always going to be comfortable in every situation in life, So if you really want that, beautiful girl that you see at the grocery store, start with a hello, what's your name? Something simple, We're not talking about anything crazy. Tell you this, Dalmore 12. This was a good choice tonight. I will say that, guys. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in to my short little introduction video today. What do you guys think? Do you really think that a man should be just going out trying to settle for the first girl that likes him, which is what 90% of men do? Or what? Let me work on myself. Let me work on my fitness, my fashion. Let me get better at talking to women. Let me talk to more women daily. And let me go after the best quality woman I can get. Doesn't that sound like a better idea than, I can't do it, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm not good enough. She's just going to be on her phone the whole time. She's going to ignore me. All this. It's nonsense. Nonsense. So, yeah, these gentlemen, they it's terrible advice. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you tuning in for the very first episode of A Drink and a Thought with Don Ramiro. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this topic. Is there something that you would like to hear talked about more? Me personally, like I said, I kind of want to keep this a men's self-development channel in addition to a liquor, wine, and beer review channel. But if you guys got any good ideas, something you want to hear more of, let me know. And we can change it up, talk about different topics, maybe something that's current, popping. Para mi gente latina, si quieren escuchar el contenido en español, me dejan saber en los comentarios. So, maybe we could do, some shows in English, we could do some in Spanish, we could do some in Spanglish, half and half. So, we definitely got a lot of good options here, and I got a lot of good liquors to review, and a lot of good little tips and topics that I can do to help you guys out, especially, if you're a younger man trying to, help your dating life and your social life a little bit. So, thanks for tuning in, guys, and hasta la próxima.